guys, Ben America's Baseball Camp. Just touching base in regards to your swings from the Arizona camp, and just wanted to touch base. A couple things that I see that I think you can work on in regards to going back home for your season. Thanks again for coming down to Arizona, and we appreciate the opportunity to work with you. So we're going to talk about some things that we'd recommend that you do. Doesn't mean you have to do them, but we'd recommend that you try them and put them to use. So let's go ahead and get started here. First thing I want to do is I want to talk about your stance a little bit. You do like what's called a pre-setback stance, and that's fine in regards to starting with that weight back a little bit, and that's no problem at all in regards to getting yourself started. Just make sure that you don't finish too forward or back, that you're nice and comfortable. One thing I would like to do is take this back foot, turn it in just a hair in regards to getting that weight and getting that knee inside of your foot. If I draw a line going down, you don't want to draw a line going straight down to your feet. You kind of want to have a little bit of space. You can see on this front knee how there's some space, good space in between your foot and your knee. That means your knee's really inside your feet and your weight is in a good position. So just something to be aware about when you are getting yourself set up to hit. So I would probably maybe shift this foot back here just a hair and keep that knee where it's at, and turn that toe just slightly towards the plate, and that's going to spread you out a little bit more, but maybe get you more balanced and keep that weight inside of your feet. Just something to be aware about and to mess around with. I do like your hands in that position. You do have a good angle of your bat and a good start. Your eyes are on the baseball, and again, a good approach, good start. What I like to see in the beginning of your stance. As I go get myself here, get myself ready to launch. One thing I do notice as you get yourself loaded, you can see you go back even more. There's just a lot of weight on this back foot, and sometimes you'll get caught back or you'll get caught too far forward. So just make sure that that knee stays inside of your feet. You can see how that foot comes off the ground, and I really transfer 100% of my weight towards the back foot. That's almost too far back. You need to kind of just shift it until you can stay strong inside of your feet. So something I would try to fix for sure in regards to doing that. So just something to be aware about. When I go and get myself here, and I'm going to go into what's called a launch or a stride position. You do a good job. You do have a very big stride. And what I do is I want to mark it from stride foot to land foot. So let's start it here. That's going to be your starting point. Then I'll go to land foot here. Your ending point. That's a very long stride for a younger player. Not saying that it's bad or good. It's just something that needs to be make sure that we're dealt with. Where I think you can be more consistent. Maybe if you're half of that, to just again, the more movement we have, the more chance for errors we have. But also the more movement you have, the more power you can create as well. So there's pros and cons to it. You might gain some things, you might lose some things, just to make sure. And now at this point of your swing, I do like the fact you can see that the weight is inside of and has some good space in between my knees. But with that big a stride, for sure you're going to have some inconsistencies about your timing. And that's just something to be aware about. Some guys that throw really hard or quick, that you might have to tone that down in the future, where your stride is going to be a little bit less. One thing I would do is make sure when you land that it lands a tad bit open. Just make sure you can see that foot. You do land and begin to hit against a firm closed front side. It does test it a little bit, meaning not have it totally pointing at the dugout there. You want to be a little bit more heel forward, which means that heel can maybe be just here, just a tad, so you can hit against a closed firm front side a little bit. But again, not a big deal in regards to that. I do like your weight transfer right here. Once your front foot lands, you do a really good job of just rotating into the ball. I really like that, because once your land foot hits, you're done going forward. So something you do a really good job of that a lot of your younger players do not do, which tells me you're working with people that know what they're talking about. When your front foot lands, you're done rotating, or you're done going forward with the transfer of your weight, and now you're going to rotate into a firm, closed front side. And you do a really good job of just rotating right there. That's pretty picture perfect in regards to going from our dirt all the way up. You have a nice line, just a natural, nice left-handed swing, and very nice in regards to that. The only thing I would focus on is it seems like you have to get yourself balanced here a little bit better when you focus in, when you have that big a stride, that you focus on just being and finishing your swing and holding it. and then just kind of try to hold your finish, that you kind of don't fall over a little bit. You can see you do hold your finish, but not extremely strong at finish, to get yourself to be a little bit more consistent. I don't like the fact that we rock so much back and we transfer so much weight forward. Maybe just get somewhere more balanced where you're might give up a hair of power, but you're going to be a little bit more consistent. And again, just something to be aware about, because I really like when that front foot lands, you do a really good job of doing that. So if it's really working for you and being successful, then you can leave it. Again, on that one, picture perfect. Maybe just a hair backwards. You can see that there's a slight angle in your posture. Probably would want to see it more here, meaning that this should be in the middle of your ear, and you want to have it right up in here to where it's going to be kind of palm up, palm down, working downhill. Because when you're tall, when your posture stays really tall, then your bat angle is going to be working downhill. And lefties have a natural tendency, if just a teeny bit of posture goes this way, then I work uphill a little bit for my swing of more of that lift mode compared to more of the drive mode. So just something to be aware about. One thing we can work on is regards to make sure we finish nice and high on this one right when the hands go. You have a tendency to finish a little bit low and then go up to high. But again, that's not that big a deal in regards to that. So the only thing I would see is be careful of your starts to make sure that when you are in the back there, that you don't get too far back. And when you do transfer your weight, that it's not a huge, too big of a stride. Get yourself really balanced on that front part of your foot to make sure you can really hold that finish and be really solid with our feet. But from a mechanical standpoint, it looks pretty darn good and looks pretty close to what you want to be doing. So just watch this video over and over again. One thing I do want to check out, I want to look at your hands for a little bit here. Do a good job of getting yourself loaded up and back. You keep a little bit of angle in your arms there, which is good. And you want to make sure that you kind of come down through. What you do is drop the bat angle, drop the head on the ball, stay through the baseball. Again, it looks pretty good. I don't have a lot to change on you, just those couple things that we tweaked and talked about. One thing you do notice, too, at point of contact here is just trying to keep that posture. You can see this posture is nice right here, but as you see, we don't keep that posture afterwards. You kind of come back a little bit, and then you start coming back up. And just try to keep that posture all the way through. You can see on the finish that your foot just comes off the ground just a hair to make sure that that weight stays on a closed, firm front side to maybe work off a tee on the ball away. But all in all, looking really good. Out of the 100 or 200 that I've done mechanically, you're right there at the top of them. So keep up the good work, and just a couple tweaks from a pro guy to give you some feedback, and keep pumping. Have a great season, and I hope to see you back in the future.